We need a World War II level mass mobilization to reverse climate change. If we do not act radically within the next 12 years, and I mentioned before that just as no person should live only for themselves, no generation should live only for itself. If we do not radically address the issue of climate change in the next 12 years, we could have within the next 15 or 20 years a level of massive social collapse unlike anything ever seen in the modern era. We could be moving towards a time when whole swaths of countries, possibly even continents, are uninhabitable because of the heat. If that land is uninhabitable because of the heat, it goes without saying that that is land where food cannot be grown. If it's uninhabitable because of the heat, if food cannot be grown there, that means people cannot live there. That means people will be leaving to go somewhere else. We already have 63 million displaced persons on this planet. That is the greatest refugee disaster and emergency since World War II. If the situation I just described to you were to continue and we were to have environmental refugees due to what I just described, this could be up to hundreds of millions of environmental refugees. We would have massive food shortages. We would have economic collapse. We would be dealing with a level of civilization catastrophe unlike anything we have known. We need to sequester the carbon. We need to reforest. We need to develop and invest in clean energy sources, replace power grids, etc. And we're going to have to deal with the animal factory farming, because even if we did everything else I mentioned, but without that, we would have the nitrous oxide and the methane gas so great that that alone would cause the problem. When I say we need a massive World War II level enrollment, remember, we didn't fight World War II with Democrats fighting Republicans. And we need to remember that many of the industries that have done the full-scale industrial harm to the earth are now needed to do full-scale industrial repair. We have to give respect and acknowledgement to the fact that we would not have been able to fight World War II without fossil fuels. The issue is that was then and this is now. As president, it would be very, very important to me that this just transition, which we must make from a dirty economy to a clean economy, is done so carefully. This is like a massive ship we need to turn around in this country. We need change, but the change needs to be undertaken under the direction of someone who understands we need change, but not chaos. The thousands of people whose jobs now have to do with industries of dirty energy need to be carefully taken care of. They need to know the president has their back. We need to make it very clear, and the government has to compensate for any loss that might otherwise exist. We need your skills. We need your manufacturing. We need your creativity. We need your research and development. We're going to repurpose this. This is not just a matter of policy. This is a matter of the consciousness of the president, who understands that there are psychological and emotional elements to the kind of change that we must undertake, and is as prepared to deal with that aspect of the change, the internal aspects of the change, as much as the external aspects of the change.